What if I told you that a single rifle design, created in the 1890s, would go on to arm more soldiers, fight in more wars, and kill more people than any other bolt-action rifle in human history? What if this same weapon would be found in the hands of German stormtroopers in World War I, Nazi soldiers in World War II, and guerrilla fighters in conflicts spanning from Africa to Asia well into the 21st century? The German Mauser rifle isn't just a weapon. It's a testament to engineering excellence that literally shaped the face of modern warfare for over a century. Today, we're diving deep into the secrets behind this legendary firearm that became the backbone of armies, the nightmare of enemies, and the standard by which all military rifles would be measured. In the late 19th century, military technology was experiencing a revolution. The age of single-shot, muzzle-loading muskets was rapidly giving way to breech-loading, magazine-fed rifles that could deliver devastating firepower with unprecedented accuracy and speed. It was in this transformative period that Paul Mauser, a German inventor and gunsmith, would create what many consider the most influential military rifle design in history. The Mauser rifle system, particularly the model 1898, emerged from a perfect storm of German engineering precision, military necessity, and innovative thinking that would fundamentally change how wars were fought. The German Empire under Kaiser Wilhelm II was rapidly expanding its military capabilities and needed a rifle that could give its forces a decisive advantage on the battlefield. What they got was far more than they bargained for. A weapon system so effective and reliable that it would remain in service for over a century and influence virtually every bolt-action rifle design that followed. The genius of the Mauser design lay not in any single revolutionary feature, but in the masterful integration of multiple innovations that created a weapon of extraordinary reliability, accuracy, and durability. At the heart of the system was the controlled round feed mechanism, a seemingly simple but brilliantly engineered solution that ensured cartridges were guided smoothly from the magazine into the chamber with each bolt operation. Unlike push-feed systems used by many competitors, the Mauser's controlled round feed meant that once a cartridge was picked up by the bolt, it remained under positive control throughout the entire feeding cycle. This eliminated the feeding failures and jams that plagued other rifles, making the Mauser incredibly reliable even under the harsh conditions of combat. The bolt itself was a masterpiece of metallurgy and engineering, featuring 3 locking lugs that distributed stress evenly and allowed the rifle to handle powerful cartridges safely. The famous Mauser claw extractor, machined as an integral part of the bolt face, gripped cartridge cases with such tenacity that extraction failures were virtually unknown. German soldiers quickly learned they could depend on their Mausers to function flawlessly, whether they were fighting in the muddy trenches of France, the scorching deserts of Africa, or the frozen steppes of Russia. The rifle's accuracy was legendary, thanks to its precision-manufactured barrel and the inherent strength of its action. The Mauser's receiver was milled from a solid piece of steel, creating a rigid platform that maintained consistent barrel alignment shot after shot. The trigger mechanism, while military robust rather than target precise, provided a clean break that allowed trained soldiers to achieve remarkable accuracy at ranges that would challenge modern marksmen. Stories from World War I tell of German snipers using standard-issue Mausers to engage targets at distances exceeding 800 meters with deadly effectiveness. The rifle's 7.922 57mm Mauser cartridge, developed specifically for the system, delivered excellent ballistic performance with a flat trajectory and substantial stopping power. This combination of mechanical precision and ballistic excellence made the Mauser not just a reliable infantry weapon, but also the foundation for some of the most effective sniper rifles of both world wars. The Germans would later develop specialized variants with telescopic sights that became the terror of Allied forces, with individual snipers accounting for hundreds of confirmed kills using Mauser-based precision rifles. Beyond its technical excellence, the Mauser rifle became a symbol of German military might and industrial capability. During World War I, the distinctive crack of Mauser rifles became the soundtrack of trench warfare, as millions of German soldiers carried these weapons into battle across multiple fronts. The rifle's reputation for reliability meant that captured Mausers were highly prized by enemy forces, who often preferred them to their own standard-issue weapons. British, French, and American soldiers who managed to acquire German Mausers frequently kept them as personal weapons, testament to their superior performance. The rifle's influence extended far beyond the German military, as the Mauser Company exported their designs worldwide before the war. Countries from Spain to China adopted Mauser rifles as their standard infantry weapons, creating a global network of Mauser armed forces that would clash in conflicts around the world. The Spanish Mauser model 1893, the Swedish Mauser, the Turkish Mauser, each represented a variation on Paul Mauser's brilliant design, adapted for local requirements but maintaining the core principles that made the system so effective. The interwar period saw continued development and refinement of the Mauser system, culminating in the perfected Karabiner 98K that would become the standard German infantry rifle throughout World War II. The K98K, as it was commonly known, represented the ultimate evolution of the Mauser design, shorter and handier than its predecessors, while maintaining all the reliability and accuracy that made the Mauser legendary. During the Second World War, the K98K armed the Wehrmacht through 6 years of global conflict, from the lightning campaigns in Poland and France to the brutal fighting on the Eastern Front and the desperate defense of the Reich itself. German soldiers carried their Mausers across the deserts of North Africa, through the forests of Russia and into the mountains of Italy, and the rifles performed flawlessly in every environment. The weapon became so synonymous with German military power that the sound of Mauser bolt-action cycling became one of the most recognizable and feared sounds of the war. Even as semi-automatic rifles like the American M1 Garand began to appear on battlefields, the Mauser's combination of accuracy, reliability, and ease of manufacture kept it as the backbone of German infantry forces throughout the conflict. Perhaps even more remarkable than the Mauser's wartime service was its incredible longevity and global influence in the decades following World War II. While the major powers moved towards semi-automatic and eventually automatic rifles, the robust and reliable Mauser continued to serve in conflicts around the world. Surplus German K98K rifles found their way into the hands of insurgent groups, newly independent nations, and guerrilla fighters across Africa, Asia, and Latin America. The rifle's simple operation, easy maintenance, and devastating effectiveness made it ideal for forces that lacked the resources for more sophisticated weapons. In conflicts from the Chinese Civil War to the various African independence movements, from the Arab-Israeli wars to guerrilla campaigns in South America, the distinctive silhouette of the Mauser rifle continued to appear on battlefields decades after the fall of the Third Reich. The weapon's reputation was such that many nations continued to manufacture Mauser pattern rifles well into the Cold War era, with countries like Yugoslavia producing millions of Mauser variants that would arm their forces and find their way into conflicts around the globe. The technical influence of the Mauser design cannot be overstated. Virtually every successful bolt-action military rifle that followed borrowed elements from Paul Mauser's innovations. The British Lee Enfield incorporated Mauser-inspired improvements. The American Springfield 1903 was so similar to the Mauser that the US government had to pay royalties to Mauser before World War I, and even modern hunting rifles continue to use action designs that trace their lineage directly back to the original Mauser patents. The controlled round feed system, the three-lug bolt design, the claw extractor. These innovations became standard features that defined what a proper bolt-action rifle should be. Even today, when most military forces have long since adopted automatic weapons, the Mauser's influence persists in precision rifles used by military and police snipers worldwide. The fundamental soundness of Paul Mauser's design principles means that rifles built on Mauser actions continue to set standards for accuracy and reliability more than a century after their introduction. The story of the German Mauser is ultimately the story of how exceptional engineering and innovative design can create products that transcend their original purpose to become enduring icons. From its origins in the workshops of 19th century Germany to its role in shaping the conflicts of the 20th century and beyond, the Mauser rifle represents one of those rare technological achievements that fundamentally changed the world. It armed empires, toppled governments, defended nations, and enabled liberation movements. It was the weapon of choice for heroes and villains alike, serving with equal effectiveness in the hands of those who fought for freedom and those who sought to destroy it. The rifle that began as a solution to the German army's need for a modern infantry weapon became something far greater, a testament to human ingenuity and a reminder of how the tools of war can shape the course of history itself. The legacy of the German Mauser extends far beyond its impressive technical specifications or its extensive service record. It represents a pivotal moment in military history when the marriage of precision engineering and mass production created weapons that could arm entire nations and sustain prolonged conflicts. The rifle's century-long service life speaks to the fundamental soundness of its design and the vision of its creators, who built not just for immediate needs, but for enduring performance. As we reflect on this remarkable weapon's impact on warfare and history, we're reminded that sometimes the most profound changes come not from revolutionary breakthroughs, but from the patient refinement of existing ideas into something approaching perfection. The German Mauser achieved that rare distinction of becoming not just a successful product, but an enduring standard, the rifle that truly defined a century of warfare and continues to influence military thinking today. If you found this deep dive into military history fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories from the world of military technology and warfare history. There's always more amazing content coming your way, and you won't want to miss what we have planned next.